Hello everyone and welcome to the National Taiwan University online conversation for recommendation by overseas high schools English session. I'm Charles from the Office of International Affairs at NTU, and I'm delighted to meet you all virtually this evening. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you of two important things. First, we will send relevant materials to everyone after the event. If you haven't yet completed the registration form, please scan the QR code and provide your contact information. Second, to participate in the QA during the event, scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen or enter the URL for the Slido platform. We will address all your questions at the end of the session, so please stay with us until then. Let's go over today's info session agenda. To start, I will discuss why you should choose NTU and what opportunity NTU provides, how to apply, and details about available scholarships. Next, April from the Office Admission team will guide us through the online application system for us. And we will cover the application process for high school representatives and students step by step. Following that, you will hear from Melody, an Indonesian senior in NTU's Department of Environmental System Engineering. She will share her successful admission experience through the recommendation by overseas high schools and insights into her study at NTU. Feel free to ask Melody any question later. Finally, we will end with a Q&A session to address all your queries. Again, please ensure you can access our Q&A page by scanning the QR code or entering the URL and event code. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask at any time. And before we proceed to the first part, let's start by watching an introduction video about NTU.
The power of our diverse talent pool is the very heart of National Taiwan University. Our top-tier faculty and students from Taiwan and around the world turn dreams into reality on our vibrant campus. We are a catalyst for change, addressing global issues and pioneering in fields like semiconductor research, data science, green energy, precision medicine, psychology, and law. We foster a culture of collaboration, urging our community to form academic analysis that transcend disciplines and borders. In this ever-challenging world, we prepare our NTU community to become innovative thinkers with problem-solving skills who should act as an engine for global transformation.
I believe everyone has gained a basic understanding of NTU after watching the video. We will continue to provide you with more information. First, let's take a look at our location. The main campus of NTU is located in Taipei, the capital of Taiwan, a vibrant city with convenient public transportation, well-developed healthcare, and a reasonable cost of living. In addition to the Taipei campus, NTU also has campuses in Zhubei and Yunlin, as well as a highland experimental farm and an experimental forest. However, students mainly study and live on the Taipei campus. Also, it's interesting to note that NTU's total land area accounts for about 1% of Taiwan's total land area. Next, let me share why you should choose NTU. Here are 5 reasons. First, high world reputation. While rankings may not be the only factor in deciding where to study, they can be important if you're undecided. This year, NTU ranks 68th globally and 7th in Asia, according to the latest QS World University Rankings. NTU is highly recognized not just in Asia, but worldwide. Second, comprehensive disciplines. NTU offers a comprehensive academic environment with 17 colleges, 58 departments, and 148 graduate institutes, providing a wide range of disciplines. I will provide more detail on this later. And third, great global exposure. NTU has partnerships with over 700 institutions across every continent, providing students with opportunities to broaden their horizons through various programs and enhance their global perspective and mobility. Fourth, vibrant campus life. NTU offers a lively campus life with numerous activities and societies for students to participate in. Lastly, affordable university expenses. NTU delivers quality education at a reasonable cost, providing excellent value for your educational investment. I will elaborate on the last 2 points later on. Now let's take a look at the academic fields NTU offers. We've organized 5 main categories based on the QS World University Rankings by subject and the relevant colleges in the table. These are the colleges you can apply to, and we will see from the rankings that NTU consistently ranks among the top 100 universities worldwide in these categories, showcasing the quality of NTU's education. For more details on the specific departments we offer, you can visit our overseas admissions website to explore further. Next, while most of our undergraduate programs are conducted in Mandarin, we also offer a range of programs in English. These include biotechnology and food nutrition, intelligent engineering and technology, foreign languages and literatures, and semiconductors. Recently, semiconductors have become a hot topic not only in Taiwan but also globally. If you are interested in this field, we encourage you to apply for the International Bachelor's Degree Program in Semiconductors. Next, we would like to introduce NTU's recent initiatives to promote diverse learning methods. NTU aims to build a learner-centered future university and has launched a series of programs that enable students to learn freely at NTU. These initiatives include inviting various colleges to create specialization programs aligned with future trends. By integrating these specialization programs, both college and university interdisciplinary bachelor's programs are established. Additionally, there are programs like the transdisciplinary bachelor degree program, which employs a double major approach, allowing students to design their own transdisciplinary topics. And these initiatives are designed to emphasize the learner-centered nature of university education, empowering students to take charge of their own learning. If you are interested in these programs, you can search for their dedicated websites using relevant keywords to find out more. Next, let's look at the NTU student body. We have over 34,000 students with an equal ratio of undergraduate and graduate students. More than 6,000 international students from over 80 countries and territories around the world study at NTU. The slide below shows the current rankings of countries and territories for overseas degree students, with the majority coming from Malaysia and Indonesia. This is for your reference. NTU is a highly internationalized university. As mentioned earlier, we have over 700 partner institutions. These partner institutions offer students opportunities to study abroad, such as exchange student programs and summer programs. Here are some popular partner institutions in the exchange student program. Let's now introduce the exchange student program further. The exchange student program is very popular and highly competitive at NTU. It allows students to broaden their international horizons, experience different cultures, develop their independence, and improve their language skills. The program is divided into various language divisions, and you can learn this language at NTU. In addition to this program, you can apply for scholarships to help you realize your dream of studying abroad. Moreover, you do not need to pay expensive tuition fees at the partner institution. You only need to pay NTU's tuition fees. The credits you earn at the partner institution may be transferable to NTU. The exchange period is either 1 semester or 1 year. A maximum of 2 exchanges are allowed within the same degree program. However, overseas students need to be aware that you cannot choose schools in their home country or countries of residence. If you are interested in learning more, feel free to explore the program website. NTU is the most representative university in Taiwan and will celebrate its centennial anniversary in 2028. It has nurtured many outstanding alumni who are spread across various industries and fields worldwide. Our alumni network includes international award winners and professionals in the arts and social sciences. For instance, Dr. Yuanzhe Li, who won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1986, and Dr. Qizhi Yao, who received the Turing Award in 2000, are both NTU alumni. Remarkably, all of Taiwan's presidents from past to present have graduated from NTU. Furthermore, you can find leaders and industry pioneers who graduated from NTU in the technology and business sectors, like Dr. Mark Liu, who led TSMC, the world's top semiconductor maker, and Mr. Johnny Shi, the chairman of ASUS. NTU leverages its strong alumni network to invite these leaders back to share their life's experience and insights on industry trends, providing invaluable guidance for students' future careers. When it comes to career planning, NTU not only prioritizes students' academic performance, but also places great emphasis on their future career development. To support this, NTU has developed two programs that provide practical experience both locally and globally. The NTU International Mentorship Program is designed for international students to become familiar with Taiwan's work environment, helping them decide whether to pursue careers in Taiwan or globally. The NTU Overseas Internship Program offers students valuable work experience abroad, with placements at companies like ASUS in Thailand, Kew Gardens in the UK, and Delta Electronics in the USA. If you are interested in these programs, visit their websites to learn more. Here are some partner organizations involved in the NTU International Mentorship Program. You might recognize their logos. These organizations offer opportunities for you to apply for internships. Now let's move on to the next section and introduce NTU's vibrant campus life. First, let's look at the layout of NTU's Taipei campus. If you have been to Taipei or have seen Taipei through videos online, you will see that NTU's location is very convenient. NTU offers a convenient living environment with easy access to public transportation and nearby shopping districts. It's also close to Taipei's famous attractions. Studying at NTU makes it easy for you to explore this city and even the entire island of Taiwan. Let's zoom in on the downtown campus. Here you can find the College of Medicine, the College of Public Health, and the School of Politics and Economics. You can also see NTU Hospital, a renowned teaching hospital nearby. The main campus and the Shuiyuan campus are where students from other colleges mainly live and study. You can find most of the resources we will introduce later on these two campuses. First, let's look at NTU's teaching and research resources. NTU has dedicated teaching and internship facilities for different professional training in various departments, providing clinical teaching, research, and internship opportunities for faculty and students in related departments. These include the NTU Hospital for the College of Medicine, the NTU Veterinary Hospital, the NTU Plant Teaching Hospital, a Highland Experimental Farm, and an experimental forest attached to the College of Bioresources and Agriculture. NTU also has over 100 international, national college, and departmental research centers with abundant resources. Speaking of libraries, NTU has the largest university libraries in Taiwan, the main library with an extensive collection of books and journals. Additionally, we have several other college and department libraries providing students with a place for self-study, reading, and research. Next, I want to introduce more services and facilities available at NTU. At NTU, we provide top-notch academic and research resources and a wide selection of sports facilities. You can work out and swim at our sports center, or if you prefer to exercise outdoors, we have plenty of options. We also offer specialized services for overseas degree students to ensure a comfortable stay here. The Office of International Affairs supports international students, while the Office of Student Affairs oversees other overseas students, including overseas Chinese students and Hong Kong and Macau students. At NTU, we care about both students' physical and mental health. We have units such as the Health Center, Student Counseling Office, Career Center, and Academic Advising Office. If you face any problems, please feel free to approach them. To fully experience vibrant campus life, Participating in various extracurricular activities and clubs is essential. If you excel in a particular sport and wish to achieve glory for the school, you are warmly invited to join our sports teams. For those looking to connect with fellow students from the same country or territory, the International Student Club welcomes you. If you are eager to learn beyond the classroom or find friends with similar interests, we highly recommend joining student clubs. NTU offers over 400 clubs covering a wide range of activities and interests. Every September, at the start of the academic year, events like the club fair are held to introduce freshmen to these diverse clubs and allow them to explore their offerings. As for the dormitory, all overseas degree students are prioritized for on-campus housing. We have 21 dormitories, including the Prince houses and general dorms. You can choose to live by yourself in a single room or have roommates in a double or quad room. Students can visit the NTU Student Housing Division's website for more information about our dormitory choices and facilities. Now let's take a look at NTU's tuition fees. Compared to other top universities in Europe and America, the fees are relatively affordable. Tuition fees vary depending on the college and student status. Some students may qualify as both overseas Chinese students and international students, so we will provide the tuition fees standards for both categories here for your reference. Detailed fee information can be found on the Overseas Admissions website. To give you a more concrete idea of the expenses required for studying at NTU, we have created a table based on 6 months per semester. These figures are for reference only, as they will vary according to your lifestyle. After introducing the NTU campus, we will now explain how to apply to NTU. We will cover some admission information and the application process. There are a few important details you need to know before applying, so please pay attention to the following information. First, it's essential to determine your student status, as it determines your admission pathway. In Taiwan, overseas students fall into two main categories, international student and overseas Chinese students. Some of you may be eligible for both statuses. You can apply through all the admission pathways, but you can only choose one student status to study in Taiwan. Once your status is settled, it cannot be changed. Therefore, you should carefully consider the tuition fees, scholarships, and other benefits associated with each status. Each status must meet the requirements in the relevant regulations. The status overseas Chinese student refers to those of Chinese descent who were born overseas and reside outside of mainland China, Hong Kong, and Macau at the time of his or her application, or have resided overseas for more than 6 consecutive years and have a permanent or long-term residence certificate. This status must be validated by Overseas Community Affairs Council, not the university. Each status follows different application pathways. International students should apply directly to the Office of International Affairs. Overseas Chinese students can apply to our undergraduate programs through NTU's recommendation by overseas high schools or the University Entrance Committee for Overseas Chinese students. If you are not sure about your student status, you can find a check tool on our website to check your possible student status. This is the application schedule for next year's intake. Please pay attention to the deadlines and submit your application documents accordingly. For example, the Overseas High School recommendation opened for applications on August 5th and will be open until October 3rd. So please don't miss the deadline. The recommendation by Overseas High School is a platform designed for students with overseas Chinese student status and Hong Kong and Macau students to showcase their strength. To be eligible to apply, you must be recommended by your high school representative. Students cannot apply directly. The process begins when your high school representative logs into the system and uploads the recommendation list. You will then receive an account and password later to access the system and start your application. The entire application process is paper-free. Simply follow the steps in the system to complete your application. My colleague April will introduce the user guide for the system later. And here we will briefly outline the application process for international students. The process is straightforward. You will need to register and log into the application system, like the recommendation by overseas high schools, but with the key difference that you can apply directly. Simply follow the steps provided in the system to complete your application. It's designed to be user-friendly. Next, we will discuss the minimum language requirements. For programs conducted in Chinese, applicants must demonstrate at least A2 proficiency, such as TOEFL Band A Level 2 or HSK Level 4. For programs conducted in English, a minimum B2 proficiency is required, which can be verified by scores like TOEFL IBT 72, IELTS 5.5, TOEIC 785. It's important to note that some departments may require higher proficiency levels, so applicants are encouraged to meet or exceed these standards. Lastly, let's discuss something of great concern to students' scholarships. If you apply through the International Student individual application or recommendation by overseas high schools, you may be eligible for a full tuition waiver and an additional monthly stipend of 8,000 Taiwan dollars. All students will automatically be considered for scholarship during the application process. Eligibility for the scholarship will be assessed at the same time during the review process. So there's no need to submit separate documents. The Taiwanese government also offers other scholarships that can be applied for. There are scholarships from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Education, which offer generous funding for international students. For overseas Chinese students and students from Hong Kong and Macau, as shown on the slide, the Overseas Community Affairs Council offers high-value scholarship for top performers and outstanding students. So please also pay attention to the scholarship application deadlines as announced by Taiwan's overseas offices. That concludes the first part of today's session. Next, we will welcome April from the Global Admission team to guide us on how to use the application system for recommendation by overseas high schools.
Hi everyone, my name is April from the Global Admission team. So today I'm going to tell you how to apply through this recommendation by overseas high school. And as mentioned before, the school have to set an account in the NTU system. So this is the user guide for high school representative. And this is the login portal for high school representative. If you already has an account, if your school already has an account, please use the username and password to sign in. And because we only use this platform once a year, so if you happen to forget your password, please click on the forget password and you will receive an email with your account information so that you can log in. And if this is your first time using our system, your school haven't had an account yet, please click register and register an account. So this platforms only allows a high school to have one account. So if your school already has an account, please reach out to your school point of contact. And please note that there should only be one high school representative for each high school who helps recommend student and upload the recommendation letter. And if you try to set up an account, you will be asked to fill in the school information and contact information. After submitting it, please wait for our verification. And if you no need to set up an account, you just want to update your contact information and email, please email us at NTU.Admissions so that we can update the account information for you. So after receiving and verification email, you can log into the online recommendation system with your username and password. And this is the system interface. The high school representative will use this system mainly for two things. One is to recommending students, and second is to upload the recommendation letter for students. But before recommending the student, please first go to the school profile to edit your school profile so that we can better understand your school and your students. And next, we will go into formally recommend a student. Please click on the recommend applicants and click on the plus signs to add the student information. Here you will need to fill in the student information, including their Chinese name, their English name, and email account. After entering the student information, click on the Save and complete the addition. After the window pops up the success message, you can return to the previous page. So after adding a recommended student in the system, the student will receive an email with their username and password so that they can log into the student systems. And student will be asked to select their desired department. After that, the school representative can log into the system and upload the recommendation letter for student. Only students that have selected their desired department will appear on the teacher system on this list. For the recommendation letter, there is a recommendation letter template for you to download, but it's also mentioned you can also use your own platform and own format. You don't need to use the template. And after the teacher have uploaded the recommendation letter, you can go to the application result to check the progress and status and result of the student application. Here you can see whether students have submitted their application or not. And under the past application, the teacher can check whether how many students have used this channel to apply and whether the number has increased or declined. And moving on to the user guides for students. So after being recommended by your teacher, student will receive an email with your account information so that you can log into the system. When you log into the system, you will be asked to read the declaration and authorization first and click I agree to enter the system. So when you enter the system, you can change your password if you want to. And on the left-hand side, you can see application progress from step 1 to step 6. So you can simply complete all the steps and follow the direction. So the first step is to fill in the application form. So you will be asked to fill in your personal information, your mailing address, your contact information, family information, and emergency contact. And after that, on the second step, you will need to select the department you wish to apply according to the order of your preferences. And when you choose the desired department, you can also check under the teaching language so that you can know that this is a Chinese talk program or English talk program. So in the third steps, you will need to select your language proficiency level according to the language instruction of your department. So if you are choosing a Chinese talk program, you will need to submit Chinese proficiency certificate at CEFR A2 level. And if you are choosing an English talk program, you will need to submit an English proficiency certificate at CEFR B2. And also you can get exemption from submitting language proficiency certificate. For more detail, you can refer to the page 5 of admission guideline. And the next step is to upload and submit all the requirement document. So the required document may be different according to your student status. For more detail, you can refer to the page 4 of admission guideline. So after the student complete the department selection in the step 2, you should notify your high school representative so that they can upload the recommendation letter for you. Please know that this is a part of your application. So if the teacher does not upload the recommendation letter for you, you cannot submit the application. And if you have complete from step 1 to step 5, you are ready to pay. So please pay the application fee and then complete your application. After completing the payment, your application progress bar should be shown as below. You can see or check, and you are required to preview before officially submit your application. So please confirm all the information and document provided are correct, and you can click the submit to formally submit your application. So after submitting your application, you will be redirected to this page. Here you will have 3 functions you can use. The first is application preview. You can see your submitted applications, and under the missing document, if you need to submit any further document, you will be notified by email, and you can go back to the system and upload them here. So please remember to check your email regularly. And under the application result, you can check your application result here. And these are 3 of the important days. We will also remind you by email so that you can go back to the system and check the application result here. So if you have any question when you apply and you have encountered some issue, you can please don't hesitate to email us. And the website recommendation by Overseas High School have all the information you need, including tuition fee and scholarship and then cost of living. So please make use of this website. Okay, so next we will welcome the Indonesian student Melody to share her experience in NTU and how she applied through this program.
Let me share with you guys my experience here in NTU Taiwan. Let me help you to discover why NTU Taiwan is your top choice based on my perspective. So first, let me introduce myself first. My name is Melody, and I am a senior student here at NTU, majoring in Bioenvironmental Systems Engineering, and I'm from Indonesia. So I am an overseas Chinese student here at NTU. So studying abroad has always been one of my dreams, actually, since I was in high school. I just want to get out of my comfort zone and explore the unknown, explore the world. So like I learned so many things from studying abroad that I cannot even mention all of them. So I just mentioned the four of them. Of course, one of them is I learned to be a more independent person. I mean, I have to do all of the things by myself here. Like maybe like basic household chores. I have to do it, like doing laundry or maybe buying foods or kind of simple stuff that you won't do it when you're in your home country, just living in your home country like that. And because I have to do all of the things by myself, I gained problem solving skills. And then also some social skills, because here at NTU you get to know a lot of people. You get to know many people from all over the world, not only Taiwanese people. So because of that, it also brings me a new perspective from them. And like these skills are the skills that you won't get if you're not studying abroad. So yeah, I think studying abroad is really, really a good opportunity for you guys to explore. Then why NTU though? Why do I want to come to NTU? I think they all have mentioned all of the benefits here in NTU. Besides the best universities in Taiwan, we got all of the facilities, clubs, sports, and events here. So I think they've mentioned before that we got the biggest universities library here in Taiwan, and the second biggest for the National Library in Taiwan. And then we got our own labs, experimental forest, forum, and many more that have mentioned before. We got a lot of clubs. We got hundreds of clubs. I mean, name it, we got all. Like from baking to public speaking, we got all. Me personally, I joined NTU Student Association, Indonesian Student Association, for 2 years now, and I got so many experience and memorable memories from there. And also, you can basically do any sports here at NTU, even at your own dorm. We got some sports facilities inside our dorm, so we got no excuses to not doing sports here at NTU. I've done golf, badminton, basketball, swim, gym, table tennis. I think, yeah, I've done pretty much many kinds of sports here in NTU. And NTU also have so many events, and one of the big events is called World Carnival, where all of the international students from every country have to represent their country, from clothing to foods and beverages. Not only that, there will be many performances from all over the world by students, by the international students exactly. So you guys can check out our Instagram account at NTU.Admissions to see the fun from this year World Carnival's event. And also other interesting info about NTU. Moving on to the next one. After I decided to go to NTU, I have to decide what major I want to go in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna share the pictures first. These are the pictures where I joined many events and clubs during my university year. Moving on to my major, Bioenvironmental Systems Engineering. So this major combines the power of modern engineering to protect our planet. So the goal is to protect our planet. As you guys know, that environmental issue become more and more of a global issue in the world. So you'll learn how to tackle issues like water pollution, soil erosion, and ecological planning using technologies. So in this program, you'll dive to exciting topics like designing systems, planning, and also managing. The hands-on courses will let you work on real-world problems and use tools like environmental chemistry and fluid mechanics to create solutions to the real-world problems. And after graduation, you could work in various different kinds of fields. Like you might join a government team to work and protecting the water resources of the country, and becoming an engineer to develop new eco-friendly and technologies, or even join a research lab exploring innovative ways to improve our environment. So many different kinds of work fields. And also, there are also opportunities to work in non-profit organizations where you can lead projects that help communities and ecosystems to thrive. So if you're interested in making a big impact on the world and love solving challenges, I think this major could be a perfect choice for you guys. Okay, so during my university, I wouldn't lie that there won't be a lot of challenges, struggles, and tears along the way. Yeah, I mean, like, if you want to be the best, you have to work hard for it, right? You have to overcome the challenges, the struggles. Especially during my first year, I have to adapt to a whole new world here. So I've overcome many challenges during my first year, especially because Chinese is not my native language. So I think one of the biggest challenges is language barrier here. However, NTU support environment made a big difference. Like the professors were incredibly accommodating, offering assignments and exams in English, and also providing us international students additional office hours, which is so useful, guys. And my classmates were all also a great support. They always willing to help and make me feel included and always answer to all of my questions. And additionally, NTU also offers me, all of the international students basically, a mandatory Chinese language course in the first year. So 1 year of Chinese class. And even after the first year, NTU has provide us international students many options for learning Chinese. So there are many Chinese classes available even after your first year. Okay, so after talking about my journey, let me tell you guys how did I get all of this from. Yeah, I applied to NTU using recommendation by overseas high schools. I think they've mentioned before. So this application process is only applicable for overseas Chinese students. So let me get you guys through step by step based on my perspective of students in applying this way. For this first step, you have to make sure your student status. As you guys know, that NTU has a lot of student status like mainland Chinese students or overseas Chinese students, international students, or Hong Kong or Macau students. So it's really easy. If you guys still not sure about your student status, you can check on our website. It is in NTU.Admissions website. You can use our tools to check your student status. It's really easy, guys. And then after you're sure that you are an overseas Chinese student, you guys can find a recommender, which can be your teacher or maybe a headmaster. After you find your recommender, you can prepare the documents. Of course, the recommendation letters, you have to provide your recommendation letters. And then some essays like personal statement and study plan. And then transcript, your English or Chinese transcript. And then language proficiency, and also certificates for your additional documents and other personal information documents that you need to have after you have your documents prepared, you can just apply it online. That's it. Really easy and so convenient. You can just apply it in your home, at your home. So yeah, it's really easy, and yeah, you guys can definitely check it on. I think, yeah, that's all for my sharing today. Thank you for listening. Sorry again for the delay, and hope to see you guys at NTU. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Melody. And now let's move to the Q&A session. So let's welcome April to answer these questions.
So the first question, which document that support the most or weigh the most for applicants? Okay, so every document matters. So and all the document you submit, we will the admit committee will have a holistic evaluation about it. So each document is very important. Okay. And Biologic engineering was not on the list of the English top programs. So this program is taught in Chinese, in Mandarin. So it's not possible that offer in English. Okay, the next question, is it possible for overseas status who sign up for biomedical engineering? So we only have 3 programs that is taught in English. So as we mentioned before, you can go to the admission guidelines. Only 3 programs is taught in English and the remaining are taught in Chinese. So next question is for Melody. Can you explain about the mandatory Chinese courses for students? Okay, moving on to the next question. What if I haven't received TOEFL's result by the due date of submission? You can still apply, but when if you get admitted, you will get a conditional admission. So the latest time you will submit the proficiency certificate is by the end of June, so that you can admit in next year, September. How many students can the school recommend for high school recommendation? So we did not have a limitation or maximum, so you don't have to worry about that. What are the requirements for non-AB programs? So IB diploma will only serve as a supporting document. You will still need to submit your high school graduate certificate and your high school transcript from grade 10 to grade 12. So next question, what is the chances of being accepted? So I have to say, because every year applicants number varies, so we did not have that number, but grades are not the only factor that will be considered. Also, the study plan and your personal statement will matters. So if your grades are not excellent, maybe you can improve on those things that improve on your study plan and then your personal statements. Are there any Malaysian enrolled in the voluntary program in NTU? Yes, the answer is yes. And next question, can we pursue a master's degree in electronic engineering after completing the global undergraduate program in semiconductor? Yes, you can apply for, if you want to study master after study at NTU is okay. And the background doesn't matter. And I heard Chinese will be taught in the first 2 years. How does this work exactly? So the first year, only the first year, we will offer free Mandarin courses. And for more detail, you can find on our from the OIA website. Okay, so our school is IB and our official for transcript includes 9, 10, 11 grades. If you don't have a GPA on your transcript, it's okay. You can submit your high school transcript, whatever format they are. And if it doesn't have a class rank, it's also acceptable. Is there a priority for the order of department selection? Yes, the one being the highest. The first one is the one you try to get in the most, and the fifth being this. What are the average class size? The class size will vary according to the subject. For lecture, the class size will be bigger, and for seminar, the class size will be smaller. And it doesn't have an exact number of it. Can I use my temporary TOEFL result for my application if the result will be released after the deadline? If you already have a result and you can use the temporary result first, and when you get the official result, please email us. If the system already closed, please email it to us. Is there any consequence if a student is accepted via recommendation route and reject the offer? There will be no consequences if you apply and at the end you want to reject the offers. It's okay. If I am an overseas Chinese student planning to study medicine, is taking A level recommended, or is better to take SAT? Those two, A level and SAT, will be the supporting document. So if you don't have it, you don't have to take the exam. If you have it, you can submit as a supporting document. What is the difference if I go by recommendation by overseas high school or university entrance committee? Those two channel is really different. For recommendation overseas high school, you will be recommended by your high school, and you will be judged by your transcript, your score during the high school, and your personal statement and your study plan. However, for the university entrance community, you will be using your, for example, A level and your score for A level and exam to apply. So yeah, you will be distributed based on your score. If we take IB and the school therefore did not provide a grade 12, only up to 11. So if your high school only have grade 11, you will, when you get admitted to NTU, you will still need to take a 12 credit to make up for the 1 year gap. About the Chinese taught in mandatory Chinese class, would it be simplified Chinese or traditional Chinese? Mostly because we use traditional Chinese here in Taiwan, so I will assume the classes will be taught in traditional Chinese. What other majors are available for electronic engineering beside IoT? So all the major you can find on the admission guideline. You can find it on the admission website. If I apply through overseas Chinese high school path, can I take English talk for civil engineering? So civil engineering for the overseas Chinese student, the only available is Chinese talk civil engineering. If you also qualify as international student, you can apply through that channel so that you can apply for English talk civil engineering. For your College of Medicine, do they conduct in English or Chinese? So for the medicine major is conducted in Chinese. For English talk lesson, the requirement for a language is higher. For English Talk program, the requirement is CEFR B2. Are there required subjects for some major? Yes, there are. Do you mean apply when apply? There are no requirement subject for application. You whatever transcript or whatever subject on your transcript, please submit that. Are there any dorms? If how many people in one dorm? So for a dorm, usually we have a single room, 2 or 4 people, 3 people in a room and 4 people in a room. Depends on your preferences. Do overseas students have to stay at the dorm during their first year? It's not necessary, it's not required to stay in the dorm. If you want to live off campus, it's still acceptable. Which has higher chances to be admitted? So the chances are, we cannot tell you the chances of how to get in because every year the applicants is different. So we cannot give you a solid answer about that. If our high school certificate is known as MOE equivalent, is that acceptable? Because I did not see the certificate, so if you have any concern, you can email us so that we can have a look. For English Talk, biotechnology and food nutrition is also available for overseas Chinese. The answer is yes. What's the differences between schools who have an MOU agreement with NTU and the ones who didn't in terms of the again, we don't have the calculate the acceptance rate. If we get accepted, when will the study start? So you will be applying for the 2025 September entry. So yeah. Discipline study offer for a bachelor degree, how is the application system? When you get admitted to NTU, you can apply to transdiscipline. And for more detail, you can go to the advising academic office. So TOEFL A2 level is the minimum requirement, but what is the recommended level instead? Are there symbols for, can we check that? For Chinese Talk program, the minimum is A2. If you have higher certificate, you can submit, but only thing matter is that you meet the minimum. For syllabus, for medicine, you can go to our website, and for the website, you can go to the department website to check. If you take a Chinese Talk program, can you submit assignment and exam in English? So it will have to depend on your lecturer whether they will accept you to submit to take exam in English. So it doesn't. You have to check with the lecturer. Is there maintaining grade for NTU scholarship? All the document you submit will be considered. So grades is not the only factor. We will also consider the document you submit, and then give you. And then when you know the admission result, you will also know the NTU scholarship result. If apply for biotech and the TOEFL result only A2, will it be accepted? So if you did not have the required proficiency certificate, you will be given a conditional admission. So you will still need to provide the required level of certificate so that you can get an official admission. Is the course conducted in Chinese? How about the study material? Are there in Chinese too, or isn't in English? Sometimes the study material is in English, but the professor will talk the classes in Chinese. How many is student quota for biotechnology and food technology? So this class size varies, so I cannot give you a solid answer for that. I'm opting for a Chinese talk program. Is still possible to write my answer or homework? So we covered that before. It depends on the professor or the lecturer for the classes. Okay.
Okay, and thank you for all to join for today's info session. So anyone want to ask more questions? We are now open for the final question. Okay, and if there's no more question, and thanks. Oh, okay, we have two more questions here. Okay, and it will be the last two questions for tonight. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's three questions. How many is the admission quota for information management undergraduate? Okay, so every year we don't have the same number, so it depends on how many years and how excellent are the applicants. How long will NTU verify the registration of recommendation via high school? Normally we will have 1 or 2 days, so that we will verify, and if we have any question, we will contact you by email. If more than 2 days you haven't get any response from us, you can email us. Is the recommendation letter uploaded by students the same recommendation letter as uploaded by high school? Student don't have to upload the recommendation letter. The teacher will upload the recommendation letter for them. Okay.
And that's all for today's info session. Thanks for everyone's participation, and here is the useful links for you. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact us at INT.Admission@NTU.edu.tw or refer to our overseas admission website. Thank you for joining us tonight, and have a great weekend.